How to deal with disrespect. This is a very important question because if there is something that a person would dedicate his whole life to, it is disrespect. We often hear people say that women are emotional and men are logical, but when it comes to dealing with disrespect, men throw all logic out the window. We see this all the time in traffic. Something small happens and men start beating each other like there's no tomorrow. There is a dark reality. All over the world, many are in prison cells and perishing, never to taste freedom again. All because they mishandled disrespect at one point. It's easy to judge these men, but sooner or later you will be tested too. Someone will say something to you or your loved ones that will raise your blood pressure, and you may do something stupid. Stoics came up with a solution to this problem. So in this video, we'll go through 8 Stoic lessons on dealing with disrespect. Watch until the end because the last one might be the most important. First lesson, keep calm and don't fight back when someone ignores or insults you. It's tempting to let your anger wash over you and seek revenge, but that's a danger because reacting aggressively, even if it seems justified, usually only makes things worse in the long run. Instead, stay calm, take a deep breath, and separate your emotions from the situation. When you do this, you will begin to see things from a wider perspective, as if you were looking at pieces on a chessboard. This brings clarity, and you realize that in 9 out of 10 cases, the situation is not worth answering at all. After all, it is not disrespect alone that causes harm. Disrespect in itself is not painful or offensive. It is our own interpretations and thoughts about disrespect that cause feelings of pain or anger. When someone belittles you, it's important to remind yourself that their behavior reflects their own thoughts and opinions, not God's judgment of your true worth. Don't take it personally. This change in perspective can help you maintain inner peace and make you come up with a more rational answer if you need one at all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you to tolerate or accept disrespect, but to handle it with self-control and dignity. By remaining calm, you show that you are not easily swayed by external events. Second lesson, set clear boundaries. The Stoic approach is far from advocating suffering or becoming a carpet for people to tread on. When someone shows you disrespect, you don't have to take it quietly or respond with uncontrollable anger. You can be both calm and decisive. Set clear boundaries that preserve your dignity, and when someone crosses those boundaries, communicate what was done wrong and how you expect to be treated. What helps is to maintain firm eye contact while doing this. Don't stare at the floor or break eye contact like a coward, but be firm with the gaze of a lion. This immediately shows clearly that you are not kidding when it comes to boundaries and that you respect yourself. This lets other people know that you demand to be treated with respect, regardless of the circumstances. The third lesson, reflect on yourself. Most people like to point the finger at others, always find someone else to blame, and they have never done anything wrong. It is important to always question ourselves and remain brutally honest with ourselves and see if we have done anything to cause disrespect. Ask yourself if there was any truth in what the person said or did, or if I said or did something that triggered this situation. You may come to the conclusion that you yourself made a mistake and that a simple apology could calm the situation. Always reflect. It helps you better understand the event and your role in it. Fourth lesson, consider the source when someone insults or humiliates. Stop and think before you react. Is their behavior a reflection of their own pain, insecurity, or ignorance instead of an accurate judgment of you? Don't take personal insults of brief interactions personally. As the cynic said, "He who takes offense when no offense is intended is a fool, but he who takes offense when offense is intended is also a fool." A wise man ignores insults. What people attack in you often reflects what they attack in themselves. Lesson 5, acceptance. No matter who you are, you will face disrespect in life, from childhood to old age. No matter how kind or strong you are, we all face disrespect in life and we can't escape it. Why? Because the reality is that disrespect is a part of life. We have to accept that reality and focus on what we can control. At the end of the day, our power is in how we react to it. Realize that while you can't control how others treat you, you can decide how you respond to disrespect. This frees you from the unnecessary burden of anger and resentment. By adopting the Stoic principle of acceptance, you are not passively tolerating disrespect, but actively choosing to remain unaffected by it. You focus on what really matters and direct your energy to areas where you can make a difference. Although the challenges of life, including disrespect, are not insurmountable obstacles, but opportunities for personal growth and self-shaping. Sixth lesson, use humor. Using humor in response to disrespect is a subtle but powerful art. It's a very underrated way of dealing with tense situations. Imagine being disrespected and instead of returning fire with fire by getting angry or defensive, being lighthearted and responding with a witty and amusing quip. That touch of humor changes the energy of the interaction, and you'll often find that the person who slighted you will begin to feel uncomfortable because your nonchalance makes it clear that you have no ill intentions. This approach shows that people often show disrespect out of their own insecurities or frustrations, and a witty response can surprise them, leading to a change in the dynamic of the conversation. Using humor shows emotional intelligence and self-control. You choose to rise above negativity and create a more positive atmosphere even in the face of disrespect. This practice is not about minimizing or rejecting disrespect, but about resolving tensions and promoting more respectful and productive interaction. It shows your ability to maintain composure and respond creatively. Number 7, practice active listening. It may sound strange, but sometimes the best way to deal with disrespect is to simply listen. Listen to the disrespected person to better understand their concerns and issues. Active listening is a superpower. It's about engaging with another person's concerns or problems, even if their delivery lacks respect. Instead of reacting defensively or shutting them down, simply try actively listening. You want to understand the root of their concerns, even if they are masked by disrespect. This shows that you want to look at the bigger picture. By active listening, you can uncover the root of disrespect and see the underlying issues. Again, this Stoic approach is not about justifying or condoning disrespect, but about fostering understanding and empathy. By actively listening, you show that you are not allowing their negative behavior to cause a defensive reaction, but are responding with curiosity and compassion. Now, this is not easy to do. It requires you to remain stoic and demonstrate emotional intelligence. But if you succeed in this, sometimes you will discover problems that you would not otherwise be able to discover. Keep in mind that a person may have a good reason to be angry, but their emotions can spoil their delivery. Number 8, choose forgiveness. When most people are slighted, they explode in anger, but actually the better option would be forgiveness. Stoics believe that forgiveness is not a service to others, but a gift you give yourself. Think about it. Holding on to grudges is like being chained, and while you may feel that your grudges are justified, the reality is that grudges only limit you, not anyone else. Forgiveness is the real key to inner peace and happiness. However, forgiveness is not always easy. Sometimes it takes time, and it does not mean forgetting what happened, but choosing to let go of the negative emotions that hurt you more than anyone else. We should forgive others, but not lightly, but with wisdom, compassion, and justice. Remember, forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. It's not surrender, it's victory. It is not a sacrifice, but a reward. Forgiveness is the ultimate act of self-care and personal growth. By the way, if you want to get ahead in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. Till next time.